Hello everyone. I wanted to give you a peek at the new LM29 V2 and show you some of the design changes that we've made since there's not a whole lot of information on the market yet, because that always comes with time. So I'll list off some of the changes, and one you can probably see right away is these new guard covers, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. There's a brand new dogging system, and I'll talk more in depth on that and get the camera a little closer so I can show you the details as well. We have two new engine options available. This is a 13.5 horse electric start, and we have an 18 horse electric start available as well, which would make this machine cut. It'd be pretty impressive. It's going to keep up with a lot of the big mills, even though it's a smaller machine. And then there's a few structural changes around. I'll come around the back. I'll bring the camera a little closer so you guys can see that as well, okay? So let's start with the guard covers. Show you what's going on here. So they're completely redesigned, and there's all kinds of angles and depressions put in them, and I guess that's to help add with the structure. They're good looking guard. They're a lot heavier than the old ones used to be. What I'm most excited about though is these bolts here aren't just for looks. They've added some steel reinforcement to them. So this is going to really help with durability going forward and keeping things in the proper shape, as polymer, you know, with temperature and fluctuations can always change sometimes. So that steel is going to make a big difference. One of the next changes, and just to walk around behind here so I can move the camera so you guys can see, is right here. This wonderful new dogging system. So I think that's good. I'm just going to come back around the other side here. So, traditionally, this just had one bar and one. Actually, it had a coupler on it, so the post would slide up and down and slide back and forth. We've gone away from that now, so it's just a swinging design. It's just got one fixed point that it hinges on, okay? But what they've done is they've added another bar here, and I just think this is fantastic. So there's two settings on this bar, all right? There's a lower setting right here, and if you leave it down there, it drops it below, so it's not going to be in the way of anything that you're gonna clip it or cut it. You don't have to worry about touching it, okay? But if you have a board like this on there, and you slide it over, and you lift this back up to the higher position, it puts this right at a 1/2 inch. And I'll talk about the end here in a second, okay? But you can see as I slide it over, it goes perfect into the right spot. It's down low enough that you don't have to worry about hitting it. You just tighten it down, boom, and make your cut. So that's pretty straightforward as far as that goes. I'm just going to release this here again so I can talk about it some more. Bring it back. One of the other things that I really like, and I'm just going to move that board out of the way so you can see, is because this is on a double bar system now, we've added a really heavy reinforced plate on the end of it and bolted this onto the plate. So there's not actually direct pressure being applied when the dog is pushing against the side rails. It's all going to be applied to this bar right here, which again is another real strong improvement, and it will make a difference going forwards. Another thing, this is a really heavy Acme screw that's on here. I think it moves an inch within like 3 turns. It's really good. It's really quick. Now the other beauty thing is on the end here, and I'm just going to take this off because it's removable. We've pinned it on there so it won't fall off on you. So that pick is what's going to go into the log when you're cutting, and I'm hoping you can see that, but you see that swedge design that's on it there? So when you're clamping that board, it actually wants to suck it down to the deck as you're clamping it. So I'm really impressed with this. I think this is a really good move. The other thing that's nice, if this is off and you've got a cant on there and you're worried about marring it or marking it, you can just use the flat surface on here and just put a board against it and just clamp it really tight with that, and you don't have to worry about marking what you're cutting. So again, kudos, lots of really good innovation there. So that's the actual dog portion of this system, okay? Again, I'm going to move around behind the camera here. Make sure we can get close enough so you guys can see. We've also added a new tab to the log rest. Okay, so traditionally this is what used to be here, is this post, okay? So if we take the post out of the equation, you can see there's a tab that's on here now, all right? So a couple things. It's nice to be able to get that post out of the way. You don't have to worry about hitting it. So you can just butt right against it like that. The other benefit to this is with those rests, or these tabs being back further, you get a wider board, okay? So you're going to get a 24-inch wide board that'll fit on here if you wanted or you needed to be able to cut it. So we'll move around here. I'm actually going to take the camera out, so I apologize for the jiggles. I'm going to move down here and I'm going to show you this. This is another really good thing. So this is a new high precision ball bearing guide assembly that we've put in. So this moves, this is full of bearings right here. It's greasable, okay? Which usually means, you know, most of us that have had this type of stuff, we know if it's got a grease fitting on it and you use it, it's pretty rare that you're going to have to do anything with it if it's getting maintenance. And it slides and locks like a dream. So it's really, really easy to move this in and out. Like, there's almost no effort required. It's really precise, really straight. So I really, again, another feature that I think is going to make a big difference going forwards. The other thing we've done on the V2, which for anybody who's an existing owner knows this is a common question, we've put a cutout, if you can see where my pinky finger is right there, in the side of the saw head. So when this T-handle pushes that washer right there, even to that cutout, that's it. You're tensioned. You don't have to think about it, try and put a torque wrench on it or do anything fancy. That's it. You're at the right spot just like that. Now you can see on the back there's some mandrel bent 2.5-inch tubing rather than the straight arms that were in it previously, which I don't think there is anything wrong with it. I think this is a cool new design. It looks good. It probably is stronger, but I think the other design was plenty strong. So again, just part of the upgrade. I brought one of these roller guides with me so you all could have a look, so I could just show you how it works here. So you can see the grooves in the bar, and then this thing has, I don't know, I slid it off the end. There's probably 40 or 50 little ball bearings in there, so try not to slide it off the end if for some reason you get it taken apart, because it's not easy to get it all put back together. Now with the new guards, we've added a 4-inch exhaust chute on them, and this could always be coupled with a collector. So if you were actually trying to collect the sawdust or keep it out of where you were actively working, that's a nice feature as well. So I'll just take it back up here, give you all a general view of it. And there you have it. That's the new Norwood LM29 V2. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the stream. We'll be happy to get back to you, and I'll answer any information I have available. Thanks very much, everybody. Hope you're having a great day.